This is Healing at Soul Level with your host, Shawna Williams. Shawna is here to provide various forms of healing that are non-invasive, that promote relaxation and aid the body in naturally healing itself by using ancient healing techniques that have been around for centuries. So please welcome the host of Healing at Soul Level, Shawna Williams.
Hello, and welcome to Healing at Soul Level. I'm your host, Shawna Williams. According to yoga philosophy, the definition of chakra is any of several points of physical or spiritual energy in the human body. Chakras correspond with the elements of the body that, when working in harmony, circulate vital force energy and regulate physical and emotional health. The Sanskrit word chakra literally translates into the word wheel or disc. And there are more than 88,000 chakra points within the auric and physical body. So today I plan on focusing on the 7 major chakra points. Each chakra is located in a specific location on or near the body and is associated with a color, a shape, sense, an organ, element, an archetype, mantra, and a mudra. 6 of the chakras are roughly located along the spine, starting at the tailbone, and ending with the 7th one located just at the crown. When I do energy work on my clients, I tend to focus on the chakras because they correspond with the nerve centers in the body. When I direct energy to these chakras, it follows these nerves to various associated body parts and organs, allowing more vital force energy to be absorbed in these areas. When chakras are aligned and balanced, they allow the healing energy from divine source to flow freely throughout the body, allowing for a healthy, balanced, and lightened existence. But when the chakras are unbalanced, they'll manifest in behavioral, emotional, spiritual, and even physical issues. The body always gives us warning signs when something is amiss, and it's up to us to notice when these signs, show up and take action before they manifest into deeper issues. So, the first chakra is called the root chakra, and it's located at the base of the spine between the genitals and the anus. The color is red, the element is earth, the sense is smell, and the shape is cube. It corresponds with the lower back, butt, legs, feet, and for men, the prostate. It is considered to have a masculine quality and a physical identity. And when balanced, an individual will have a healthy ambition. They'll feel in the moment, they'll feel free, they'll be in the zone or grounded and stable, but when overactive, there will be an overemphasis on security. This can play out in a number of ways. Some may have a large savings account for those rainy days. Some have multiple alarm systems, large gun collections. And while others, they may have anxiety or be fearful or even hostile. They also could begin to hoard things because they feel like they need to get things and gather it to stay safe. Otherwise, somebody else may take it. Still others may maintain toxic relationships because they're not grounded and they have a fear of being alone or being perceived as a failure because they can't make a relationship work, or just being a disappointment to others. When underactive, they'll show a lack of physical security. They will have little to no connection to society and feel ungrounded, which means they most likely live in their heads instead of actually doing physical activity or taking, taking action in life. So they may be like constantly meditating or excessively fantasizing, daydreaming. They're just not living life. They're trying to do it within their heads. They may even be disinterested in physical and material pleasure. And not really have a sense of belonging. They just feel like they're just out there, just daily life. They're just going through the motions. So to heal and balance the root chakra, learn calming techniques like meditation or yoga or Tai Chi. You can also work on conscious breathing, which is the practice of breathing beyond the basic need for survival. It's breathing with intention to bridge the gap between the body, mind, and spirit. They can also resolve any money issues by taking a healthy approach to finances, regularly balancing checking and saving accounts, being mindful of spending habits, receive and spend money, don't hoard it. Exercise and take care of your physical needs, as in having a massage or a pedicure or any other physical activities that you enjoy. Spending time in nature is always a good thing, no matter which chakra we're being referenced, and make sure to be surrounded with proactive people for this chakra. It isn't necessary to do everything on the list that I've told you and that I will be telling you about all of the other chakras. It's merely suggestions and options to get you started. Now, the root chakra's superpowers include strength, fitness, agility, charisma, enhanced focus, and strong work ethic. Some of the associated crystals and gemstones include bloodstone, cinnabar, black tourmaline, red calcite, and ruby. All crystals that are associated with their appropriate chakras are based on their color and properties that closely match that chakra. For example, black tourmaline isn't red, but it is used for protection, which would pertain to security for the root chakra. Associated essential oils can be used in aromatherapy to help balance and heal the root chakra, and these oils include rosemary, rosewood, sandalwood, black pepper, cedar, cloves, and ginger. Now, archetypes. There are like 2 types of archetypes with several subcategories. That's going to be coming up on one of my shows in the future to talk about archetypes. That is a very interesting study. But for the purpose of this discussion, I'm going to talk about archetypes that represent the positive or the functional aspects and the negative and dysfunctional aspects within each of us. So the negative aspect of the archetype for this chakra is the victim. The victim is helpless, lacks energy, lacks empowerment, and is stuck in a constant state of fear. They believe everything is taken from them and are resentful of how they feel life treats them. The positive aspect of the archetype is the mother. The mother is nurturing, sensitive, and responsible. And she helps us to balance our capacity to love and practice self-care. Self-care is very important. So when meditating with a focus on this chakra, a mantra or a chant can be used. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to stop right here and take a quick break, and stay tuned to learn more about chakras. Hello, and welcome back to Healing at Soul Level. And I'm your host, Shawna Williams. When we left for break, we were talking about the root chakra, and I was going on to talk about meditating. This is a way to help you balance the chakra and get it back into alignment. So when meditating with a focus on this chakra, we can use a mantra. Mantra is a chant. It's like when you use a word or a sound and you repeat it to aid in concentration and meditation. So the mantra for the root chakra is L-A-M, and it's pronounced LUM. During meditation, it's drawn out like this. Let me get my voice together. LUM. Or you can just use an affirmation phrase, which is used such as, let's see, you can say, I have the right to be here, or I am safe and powerful enough to create what I want. A mudra can be used during meditation as well, and they can be used separately or in conjunction with mantras. Mudras are symbolic gestures, often practiced with the hands and fingers, although they also can be performed with the body as in poses like in yoga or Tai Chi. The mudra for the root chakra is to take the hands and place them palms up with the thumb and index fingers touching. This can be in the air with the elbows bent at the side or resting on the knees with the arms straight out. With your hands in this position, you can just concentrate, meditate on your chakra. And again, to keep focus, you can either use the mantra sound or you can use the affirmations that I said earlier. So that finishes the root chakra, and we're going to move on to the second chakra, and that's called the Sacral Chakra. It's located in the pelvis area in the lower abdomen below the belly button. The color is orange. The element is water. The sense is taste. And the shape is icosahedron. I hope I said that correctly. The sacral chakra corresponds with the hips, sexual organs, lower abdomen, bladder, and kidneys. It has a masculine quality and emotional identity. When balanced, a person will be energetic, compassionate, grounded in their intuition, and emotionally stable. When overactive, they can have an obsession with physical abundance. They will worry about their legacy, as in their home, money, personal items, basically anything that you could pass on in a will. They may be irritable, controlling, over-sexual, even to the point of having a sexual addiction, and work excessively. But when underactive, they will have trouble manifesting at the physical level. This will look like financial issues, as in, for example, financial negligence, meaning they don't pay attention to what's coming in and going out of their bank accounts or pockets, or they spend frivolously, or they just may not be able to create the income they need to sustain a lifestyle that they enjoy. They can also be disinterested in creating anything at all. In the sexual arena, they will have a dissatisfying or inactive sex life. They may have fertility issues, and if male, become impotent. They may also be overly shy. So to heal and balance this chakra, they can dance. And man, my chakra should be balanced because I love to dance. I dance all day long in the kitchen, cooking, in the shower, wherever I dance. They can also socialize with others, laugh. I laugh all the time, play, even stretch a little beyond their comfort zone. Have healthy sexual experiences, and as I mentioned previously, go and be with nature. The superpowers for a healthy, balanced sacral chakra are attraction, manifestation, and charisma. People become more attractive to others when they're happy. That energy is very appealing, and it can be felt from across the room. And most people are happy when they're manifesting what they want in life. And charisma, that's just what naturally exudes from a happy, confident, and friendly individual. A few of the associated earth gems are Dalmatian jasper, leopard skin jasper, orange carnelian, and snowflake obsidian. For essential oils, use ylang-ylang, sandalwood, clary sage, rose, and jasmine. The dysfunctional aspect of the sacral chakra is the martyr. The martyr allows their energy to be drained by always seeking approval and helping others without receiving anything in return. There always needs to be an equal exchange of energy to have a balanced life. With every attempt to create, the martyr will make sure others benefit even at their own expense. This puts that person in a place of lack and depletion, yet they will continue to try and give from a place of depletion, which will make them feel unfulfilled and incomplete. Now, the functional aspect of the chakra is the empress or the emperor. This represents power and pleasure. They are comfortable with and strive for abundance, prosperity, and success. When they're comfortable with who they are, they know that their needs will always be covered and don't fear having to deal with shortages or lack. Now, the mantra for the sacral chakra is VAM, and it's pronounced with an F in front, so it's more like fam. During meditation, the vowel sound is drawn out long, and it sounds like this. VAM. Now, instead of using the sound, an affirmation phrase can be used, as I've said before, for the sacral chakra. The affirmation would be, I am attractive, sexy, and fun to be around, or I can manifest my heart's desire. And the mudra for the chakra is to place your hands in your lap, palms up, rest the back of the right hand on top of the left palm, thumbs touching to make a small pyramid. Now, this sounds like a good place to stop. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, you'll learn about the third chakra. Welcome back to Healing at Soul Level. I'm your host, Shawna Williams. So we're going to move on to the third chakra. It's called the solar plexus, and it's located in the stomach area below the diaphragm. Some may say it's just above the navel. Some say right behind the navel. Either way, it's in that little area. The color is yellow. The element is fire. The sense is sight, and the shape is tetrahedron. The solar plexus chakra corresponds with the internal organs such as the liver, pancreas, stomach, lungs, digestive system, and large intestine. It has a masculine quality and identifies with one's own uniqueness as an individual. When balanced, a person will be confident, energetic, and feel free. They will have healthy self-esteem, a strong willpower, and be a responsible person. When overactive, the solar plexus chakra will cause a person to be obsessively driven towards their goals. They may struggle to manifest what they want and create these larger-than-life grand plans that lack realism. They may have an inflated ego, have an unrealistic perception of their own abilities and talents. They can be controlling, intolerant, have excessively competitive behavior, and overindulge in certain aspects of their life. When underactive, a person may have no goals, no dreams, no motivation, and little to no desire to create. They will present with a low self-esteem, make plans without ever taking action, lack vision, and may even be excessively lazy. To balance and heal the solar plexus chakra, a person would need to break the cycle of destructive habits and challenge themselves more. Eating a healthy diet and aligning choices to reflect the values that are held within can help immensely. No one should ever allow anyone else to change them into a perception of who they want them to be. Authenticity is the key to being a unique individual, and that should be celebrated. Allowing someone to control who we are causes stress, and it's hard enough trying to live up to someone else's standards. No matter what is done, the mark will always be missed anyway. Plus, stress control is another way to help balance the chakra by developing focus and removing disempowering people and situations from influencing our lives, our decisions, and our attitude. Exercise with a focus on strengthening core muscles also helps. And if an overactive solar plexus is the problem, work on feeling shame and being humble to counteract the inflated ego. And as always, always be with nature. Nature has the most calming, freeing. I mean, if you just sit down and listen to the birds in the morning sing. I'm here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas. So, of course, our state bird is the mockingbird. And I just hear them sing all day long. And it's just beautiful to me. I just love to hear them sing. So anyway, the negative archetype for the solar plexus chakra is the servant. Although being a servant in itself isn't a dysfunctional thing, living a life of servitude is. Remember earlier when I said that there needs to be an even and equal exchange of energy? Well, when you are a servant, you help others that are in need, and you receive the knowledge that you know you've done something good for another person. That's an even exchange of energy. Servitude is when you give to others in hopes that they will praise or acknowledge what you've done for them. That's an uneven exchange of energy. So in this frame reference, the servant lives the life of servitude and continues to give of themselves without any acknowledgement or gratitude because, frankly, they really don't believe that they deserve it. The servant isn't as dysfunctional as the martyr, but their low self-esteem will prevent them from moving on to higher levels of empowerment because they're waiting for that approval from the person that they serve. The positive archetype is the warrior, and it celebrates the power from within. The warrior instinctually uses the power of the energy to take control of their life, unapologetically. The warrior harnesses their self-esteem, defends their truth, and takes rejection and opposition and turns them into the tools to develop their self-confidence, their self-worth, and personal power. So basically, the warrior takes lemons and turns it into lemonade with a shot of vodka. Now, the superpowers for this chakra are leadership, command, and composure. It takes a powerful commander to lead a squad, project, business, or organization, yet keep their composure when things get rough. And with all the different personalities and beliefs of individuals, it does get hard. The state of being composed doesn't make someone a pushover, quite the contrary. It gives them the power to control a situation instead of reacting to one. The associated crystals and gemstones for this chakra are yellow jasper, tiger's eye, citrine, yellow tourmaline, and peridot. And some of the associated essential oils are rosewood, rosemary, frankincense, rose, myrrh, chamomile, and bergamot. The mantra for the solar plexus is RAM, pronounced with the roll to the R, as in Ram. And during meditation, it's drawn out like this. Ram. A couple of affirmation phrases that can be used are, I embody confidence and inner peace, or I choose healthy relationships. The mudra for this chakra is to place your palms together just below the diaphragm with fingertips pointing away from the body and crossing the left thumb over the right. This moves me on to the fourth chakra. And the fourth chakra is called the heart chakra. But I also realized that it's time to take a quick break again. So we're going to do that, and we will be right back with the heart chakra. Welcome back to Healing at Soul Level. And I'm your host, Shawna Williams. Okay, when we left off, we were getting ready to start to talk about the heart chakra. And it's located in the center of the chest. There are actually two colors associated with the chakra because each color corresponds with different functions of the chakra within the body. The colors are green and pink. The color green comes from a variety of shades, as does the way we love. Think of a forest. The trees, the grass, the leaves on the plants, they all have different hues and shades of the color green. So we love our family, our friends, we love art, music, food. Although they are all love, they are different shades of love. Pink is a dainty, soft color, yet it has an underlying strength like the compassion that we have for another. Compassion is soft enough to feel love and empathy, yet strong enough to help others feel better about a negative situation that they're involved in. Pink also represents unconditional love and nurturing, as in a mother for her child. The heart chakra has the element air, which has the nature of freedom. The heart chakra has the freedom to balance the body and the mind. It balances the ego and the soul. It connects the lower three chakras, which are of the material world, to the upper three chakras, which are of the spiritual world. It's the perfect balancer for the body. It's associated with the heart, lungs, circulatory system, and thymus. The sense is touch, and the shape is octahedron. It has a feminine quality, and when balanced, there will be trust, compassion, acceptance, and expression of love for oneself and for others. Overactivity will show up through overgiving, being overly focused on others and relationships, self-indulgence, and irresponsibility. Underactivity will present as being unloving and critical towards oneself and others. There will be an absence of loving relationships. There will be depression, a feeling of hopelessness, and even avoidance of people to the point of seclusion. The heart chakra can be balanced by practicing loving kindness, meditation to resolve their inner conflicts and to resolve hate. The use of a gratitude journal to jot down things to be grateful for, forgiveness, and most importantly, allowing oneself to be loved and nurtured by others. Sometimes it's hard to let somebody else do things for you, but that's a good tool to do if you don't do that already. The dysfunctional archetype for the heart chakra is the actor, which represents the person that appears to know and understand love, but in actuality, they are only mimicking what they see and hear from others. They are conditional lovers with hidden agendas for power and dominance. While the positive archetype for this chakra is the lover. Most importantly, the lover loves themselves. They love all of life and is deeply connected with the energies of the universe. The heart chakra superpowers are healing powers, empathic intuition, and spiritual gifts. I personally use my heart chakra during my healing sessions. I use it as an access point for the Akashic records, distant Reiki healing, shamanic journeying, and the ability to use my intuition to feel emotional disturbances within my clients. It also happens to be the most abundant spiritual gift that I have. Not the heart chakra itself, but the divine love associated with it. Some healing gemstones associated with the chakra are bloodstone, emerald, malachite, peridot, and rose quartz. Some associated essential oils include lavender, angelic root, frankincense, marjoram, jasmine, chamomile, and hyssop. The mantra for the heart chakra is Y-A-M, and it's pronounced yum. And during meditation, the vowel is drawn out like this. Yum. Alternatively, as I've said before, an affirmation phrase can be used for the heart chakra. It would be, I am worthy of love, or I give and receive love freely. The mudra for this chakra is to touch the thumb and the thumb and index fingers together. Take the left hand and place it palm up on your left knee, and place the right hand palm up at the heart chakra. Next up is the fifth chakra, which is also known as the throat chakra, and it's located in the throat area. The color is light blue. The element is akasha, which is ether or space. And the sense is hearing and speaking. And the shape is dodecahedron. Associated organs are the neck, shoulders, arms, thyroid gland, throat, mouth, teeth, voice, ears, hearing, and windpipe. It has a feminine quality and is all about communication and authentic expression. When the throat chakra is balanced, there will be open and clear communication, truthfulness, and focused listening. When overactive, there will be excessive talking, refusal to listen to other opinions, and interruptions. There will be constant expressing of oneself and an insistence on being right. You won't want to hear what other people have to say. You just want to be right all the time. When underactive, the person will be quiet, unable or unwilling to speak their mind, and an unfocused listener. This person will always do what is expected because they're not expressing themselves but mimicking the status quo. They will have inauthentic self-expression, communication issues, and perhaps a weak or raspy voice. To heal and balance the throat chakra, sing. I sing all the time, but singing is one good thing. You can listen to music, have a creative writing, try some public speaking, have honest conversations with people, and express yourself also aids in healing the balance in this chakra. And for excessive talkers, practice silence. That's the best way to go. So we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll talk about the archetypes for the throat chakra. Hello and welcome back to Healing at Soul Level. I'm your host, Shawna Williams. When we left off, I was getting ready to talk about the dysfunctional archetype for the throat chakra, and that is the silent child. The silent child hides and suppresses their feelings because it feels safer to not share their pain and emotions than it is to risk being rejected or punished for them. They live in silence because they believe that those around them don't really care how they feel. And the functional archetype is the communicator. This archetype is open and truthful. Their self-expression is not inhibited by emotions or circumstances, and they understand that they can express themselves as a form of release. The throat chakra superpowers are hypnosis and manifestation. The voice is a very powerful tool. It can start the manifestation process just by speaking it into truth as to what they want to happen. As powerful beings, when we believe and then set an intention and carry out this intention with action, we can manifest our heart's desire. Of course, within the laws of physics, and as long as it's not interfering with someone else's free will. Unless they accept this limitation upon themselves. And then it would seem like you're interfering, which you still are, but they're accepting it. Now, the lapis lazuli, turquoise, solidite, blue calcite, aquamarine, and blue lace agate are a few of the associated earth gems for healing and balancing the chakra. Frankincense, ylang-ylang, sandalwood, and neroli are some associated essential oils. The mantra for the heart chakra is H-A-M, pronounced hum. And during meditation, it's drawn out like this. Hum. Or you can use an affirmation. My voice is essential, or I easily and gracefully express myself with clear intent. The mudra for this chakra is to place your hands in your lap, palms up, interlace the fingers, and touch the tips of the thumbs to make a small pyramid. We're moving on to the sixth chakra, which is called the third eye chakra, and it's located just above the space between the eyebrows. The color is indigo, the element is light. The sense is insight, and the shape is Merkaba, or star tetrahedron. The related body parts and organs are pineal gland, eyes, brain, pituitary gland, the nervous system, ears, nose, sinuses, and face. It has feminine qualities, and when balanced, provides intuition, perception, perhaps even psychic perception, imagination, good memory, ability to visualize, and allows for critical and clear thinking. Overactivity presents through insensitivity, overimagination, difficulty visualizing, poor memory, learning disabilities, and intense, inappropriate psychic activity. When underactive, what will present is a lack of insight, a lack of vision, and a lack of imagination. There will also be little to no sense of path or purpose. Access to intuition will be unattainable. There will be mental confusion and difficulties in concentration. To heal and balance the third eye chakra, use meditation, contemplation, silence, visual stimulation, and practicing visualization within your head. The dysfunctional archetype is the intellectual. This highly opinionated archetype operates solely within the left side of the brain. Listening to the wisdom within is not something that the intellectual does. They rely on outside information as their source of truth and understanding. They suppress their feelings and operate irrationally in their attempt to master the forces of chaos around them. The functional archetype for the third eye chakra is the intuitive. And the intuitive is wise and has inner knowing that's also called intuition, which is used as guidance for their life. The highly developed intuitive has psychic inner sight, known as clairvoyance. They may also have the ability to interpret or have a deep connection with ancient symbols. Superpowers for the third eye chakra include intelligence, discernment, revelation, and insight. Like when you don't know how you know something, but you just do, or that feeling that something is wrong without any physical or visual prompts. Realizing something about yourself or spirit that finally makes sense is also a sign of using these superpowers. Amethyst, azurite, fluorite, and lapidolite, are some associated gemstones for the third eye chakra. And essential oils associated with this chakra are angelic root, frankincense, geranium, lavender, and spearmint. The mantra for the heart chakra is OM, pronounced Om, and during meditation, it's drawn out like this. Om. Or, again, you can use an affirmation such as, I trust and can manifest my inner vision and intuition, or I am open to the wisdom from within. The mudra for this chakra is to face the palms together at the lower breastbone. Tips of the middle fingers touch, while the other fingers are bent at the first joint with the knuckles of both hands touching each other. The tips of the thumbs touch to make a small heart when it's facing you. Your hands are facing you. We're going to move on to the seventh and final chakra in the main chakras. This is called the crown chakra. This chakra is located at the top of the head. The colors are depicted as either violet or white, and the element is space. The senses are empathy and unity, and the shape is a solid sphere. The organs associated with this chakra are the central nervous system, muscular and skeletal systems, the skin, pineal gland, and pituitary gland. The qualities are feminine, and when balanced, will have a connection with the Creator. Other balanced abilities include knowledge, consciousness, open-mindedness, broad understanding, intelligence, thoughtfulness, awareness, the ability to perceive, analyze, and assimilate information. We are almost at the end of this, but we're going to take one more quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish talking about the crown chakra. Welcome back to Healing at Soul Level. I'm your host, Shawna Williams. When we left off, we started talking about the crown chakra. And so we were talking about the balance qualities, and now we're going to move on to the overactive qualities, which creates a delusion of power. One can become manipulative, controlling, frantic, and are constantly changing their minds if they have an overactivity within the chakra. They also may be highly sensitive to energy, light, and sound. They can have a spiritual addiction and a rigid belief system. Greed and disassociation from their body are other forms of overactivity, but when underactive, they will feel as though they have no choices. They'll be reactive instead of proactive. They'll hold the perception of victimization and blame others for all of their problems and shortcomings. They may present with OCD, although I'm not saying that by balancing your crown chakra you can cure OCD, but it surely can't help the symptoms either. People with an underactive crown chakra always does what is expected. They have a numbed energetic sensitivity. They feel a separation of spiritual connection and are overly intellectual. To heal and balance the crown chakra, meditate, pray, release egoistic plans and ideas, and evaluate your belief system. The dysfunctional archetype for the third eye chakra is the egoist. The egoist has a narcissistic outlook on life. They shun any thoughts of spiritual guidance and arrogantly focus on self-importance. They are boastful and ungrateful. The functional archetype is the guru, and the guru acknowledges divine source and knows it's one with the Creator. It is the highest level empowerment, responsibility, and vitality. The guru knows love, joy, and is guided by the spirit within. The superpowers for this chakra are divine guidance and channeling. So listening and acting upon the guidance from the divine nature within us and spontaneously receiving guidance that can be relayed to others is another part of this positive archetype. Associated crystals and gemstones are diamonds, clear quartz, moldavite, selenite, pyrite, amethyst, and Herkimer diamonds. Lavender, rosewood, frankincense, and cedarwood are also associated essential oils. And the mantra for this is Ah, and it's drawn out like this. Ah, or it can also be silence. You can also use a phrase as I'm a spiritual being and the information I need comes to me because I'm guided by a higher power and inner wisdom. And the mudra for this chakra is to face the palms together near the stomach, interlace the fingers, but leave the pinky fingers touching and pointing out. Now, I know that this is a lot of information to take, but I hope it helped you to shed a little light on the chakras and how they function as energy centers within the body. Before I became a healer, though, I was a graphic designer for many years, and so I used my artistic gift when creating ads and marketing pieces. So I've decided to take my gift and create an 8-page chakra e-booklet that you can download and print for free. All you need to do is go to my website, join my mailing list so that I can send you the link to this through email. And don't worry, I won't bombard you with a whole bunch of communications because I'm not the type of person that talks all the time. Just go to indigo-qi.com/contact and sign up for the mailing list. Tune in next week to hear about the books Dark Angel and Icon from our best-selling author, Dr. Rita Louise. You've been listening to Healing at Soul Level, and I'm your host, Shawna Williams. Thank you for tuning in. Love and light.
This has been Healing at Soul Level with host Shawna Williams. Listen each week as Shawna will help you discover the different healing modalities and how to use them in your everyday life, right here on Shawna Williams' Healing at Soul Level.